Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I'm Brandy Oswald, the founder of Sauvage Wellness, and you are here for a guided Vinyasa yoga practice. Today, we're going to focus on a bit of heart opening and upper body stretching, as well as some focus on the hips and the hamstrings. So we're going upper body, lower body to really stretch out, soothe, and soften those muscles. As with all the classes, you're more than welcome to do exactly what I'm teaching. You can take things out, you can add things in, you can really make it your own. My only hope for you is that you feel good, you have fun, and when you leave this class, you be nice to other people. So feel free to really embrace whatever it is your body is wanting tonight. And as always, take modifications, grab water, get up and move around, whatever you need to really make this your own. So for those of us who are here on the live call, we've got our music queued up. We're going to start in child's pose. So when you're ready, you can hit play on the first song. And all together, we'll come onto our mats and find child's pose position. So for child's pose, it's toes together, knees open. And we'll sit the hips back in between those heels. Lengthening out the spine nice and long, arms walk out, chest sinks down. And starting to turn your awareness into your breath, finding that long, slow inhalation and long, slow exhalation. Riding the wave of the breath. And just taking a few moments here as we open our practice to just be. No need to deepen the stretch or move around a whole lot. Just allowing yourself to arrive in stillness. Or if swaying or circling feels best for you, inviting that movement. No objective, not needing to be productive. A friend of mine, life coach Mandy Shakatano, I may say her name wrong if she watches that video. Sorry, love you, Mandy, your name is so hard. Lives out in LA and she's a magnificent life coach. And she shared something on Instagram recently about all this pressure we have as humans to be productive. And that the measure of a life well lived is not how productive we are. And that it's our time to really embrace the fact that we are human beings, to step into that element of being, to release the need to do. And she says, for you, my dear, are a human being. You are not a human doing. Keeping that in mind as we move throughout our practice tonight, really embracing this element to be in your body, in your breath, present with all that you are without needing to be productive, without needing to try or to get any better at the yoga, just arriving and doing what feels good. And in inhalation, we're going to glide the body forward. The knees can slide in underneath the hips, wrists beneath the shoulders. And from here, when you find that tabletop, you can take a little wiggle, loosen the hips a little bit. And we're going to start to walk the arms out long in front of us. For a deeper stretch, you can always place the hands up onto a block or a stack of pillows. And from here, we're going to sink the chest down to the floor. Coming into that puppy pose variation. Really opening the chest and the shoulders. Option to bring the chin or the forehead to the mat. Hips stay stacked above the knees. We'll take 3 more nice deep breaths here. Next inhale, we'll start to lift up. You can walk the hands back in underneath the shoulders, coming into that tabletop again. Finding cat, cow. We're going to inhale, lift the tailbone, chest engage, shoulders glide down the back. Belly button pulls in. Exhale to round out. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, press the shoulders to the sky. Inhale as you rise with that chest. Exhale when you round. Taking a few more here with your own breath, following each inhalation, each exhalation. One more round wherever you are. Big inhale. And a big exhale. Inhale to that neutral spine, tabletop position. And from here, we're going to tuck the toes under. We'll start to sit back towards the heels. You can leave the toes tucked or untucked if it's a little too much. Beautiful. From here, inhale, open the arms nice and wide. Pull your belly button in and up. We're going to lift the chest to the sky. And then imagine you can take your elbows and try to press them onto the wall behind you. Feel that chest peel open, lifting tall. A little bit of opening in the throat. Nice and broad across the chest. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. And then exhale, you can soften the arms down to the side body. You can stay with toes tucked or you can release them. From here, we're going to lengthen inside the neck a little bit. So the right arm, I'll show you from behind. The right arm can come around and tuck on the back side of the body. This is what as kids we used to call the chicken wing. When your shoulder blade flares out, you can kind of tuck your hand just in front of that. And then from there, you're going to let that right shoulder drop nice and low. Then you're going to take your head and tip it over gently to the left side. Nice deep breath here. Beautiful. Next inhale, bring the head to center. Exhale, release that right arm. Now inhale, sweep it all the way up overhead. As the fingers point to the sky, bend the elbow, let the hand drape down the back. That tricep stretch. Then take the left arm up, placing the left hand on top of the right elbow and pressing down. You might even use the base or the back of the skull to press into that right forearm just a little bit. Staying engaged through that low belly, protect the lower back. Beautiful. We're going to exhale, release that left arm down. Inhale, reach the right fingers to the sky, and then exhale, melt the right hand down. We'll switch other side, left arm bent, fingertips climb up the back as that left elbow points straight down. Dropping the left shoulder towards the floor, and then letting the crown of the head tip over to the right side. Nice deep breath, each inhale lengthening, each exhale softening. Beautiful. Next, inhale, rise the crown of the head back up. Exhale, release that left arm and inhale, sweep it out to the side, rise up overhead. Fingertips point to the sky. Exhale, bend that left elbow. Inhale, right arm comes up. Palm on top of that left elbow, and we start to draw it down the back side of the body. Beautiful. Exhale, release that right arm down. Inhale, swing those left fingers up to the sky. Exhale, melt the left arm down. Inhale, sweep both the arms out to the side and then up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, draw the hands down through heart center. Just beginning to link breath and movement. Inhale again, sweep the arms out nice and wide. Exhale, when you come down through heart center. Find 2 more with your own breath. Feeling the spaciousness now in the shoulders. Inhale, rise, last round. Exhale, arms to heart center. Inhale, tip it forward, plant the hands, tabletop position. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Hips high, spine long, knees bend to start, and we'll just pedal out the feet. Eventually finding some stillness in downward facing dog. The knees can stay bent. Really getting the hips nice and high, sending weight down the back side of the legs rather than sinking into the arms. Nice deep breath. With an inhale, we'll lift the hips towards the sky, low belly pulls in, gaze to the thumb, little bend to the knees, and walk the feet up to the hands. Exhale to fold. Inhale, extend, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms as you rise all the way up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands come down to the side of the body, savasana. Sun salute A. Inhale, sweep the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, forward fold. Keeping that low belly drawing in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, lowering down through your plank or knees, chest, and shin. Inhale, upward facing dog, lifting the chest to the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog, and we'll hold here. Nice. Fingers spread wide, toes spread wide, that strong, solid foundation. Next, inhale, lift the hips, gaze to the thumb, step or float, feet to hands. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms, rise it all the way up. Exhale, hands to the side, savasana. Same thing, round 2. Inhale, lift the arm. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, lowering down through that plank. Elbows in at the ribs, however you choose to lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, use that belly to lift the hips, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. If you catch yourself trying to perfect the posture, remind yourself that you are a human being. No need to do better, to be productive, to improve at all. Just simply showing up. arriving and being in your body. Next, inhale, lift the hips, gaze to thumbs, step or float, feet to hands. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms, rise it up. Exhale, hands to the side, Samasthiti. Sun salute B. We'll inhale, bend the hips or bend the knees, hips go back. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back, lowering down through that plank. You can always skip it and meet us in downward dog. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward, left foot plants on the mat. Arms lift up, warrior one. It's an inhale to the top. And it's an exhale when you come back down. Hands frame your front foot. Step back. The bottom of the exhale is the bottom of the plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, right foot plants. Rising up, warrior one on the other side. As your exhale begins, hands come down. Frame the front foot, step it back. Optional vinyasa. We meet back and hold, downward facing dog. Listening to your breath. Letting an inhale start to lift the hips, bend the knees. As you come forward, exhale when you find forward fold. Inhale again to bend your knees. Sit the hips, rise up, chair pose. And then exhale, come to standing, hands in Samasthiti. Last round, inhale, bend the knees, sit the hips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step it back. That vinyasa, plank, up dog, down dog. From downward dog, plant the left foot, inhale, right foot steps forward. Arms lift overhead. Then it's an exhale when you come down, a right foot steps back. Optional vinyasa. From downward dog, stepping forward. The right heel is really dropping back a little bit further than those right toes. Exhale when you come down. We'll meet back and hold. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. If you live in my household, downward dog is the opportunity to look at all the dog and human hair on your pants and pick it off because it's so annoying. Beautiful from here. Inhale, bend the knees, look to the thumbs, step or float, feet to hands. Exhale to fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sit the hips, rise up, chair pose. We're going to hold here, hips go back, little tuck in your tailbone, belly pulling in and up. And then from here, arms can stay straight up or bend the elbows, feel that opening in the chest. Nice deep breath like you're trying to press the elbows to the wall behind you. Little tuck in that tailbone, take the pinch out of the low back. Beautiful. On an inhale, start to come towards standing, but rise the right knee up towards your chest. Reach the right fingertips to the sky so you're balancing on just that left leg, really long and tall. Exhale, cross your right leg over the left. Let your right foot plant on the mat so you're standing cross-legged. And then exhale, fold from here. Finding forward fold with the right leg over top of the left. Nice. Next, inhale, we'll start to rise this back up. Once you reach standing, let that right knee start to follow. Come up again, right knee towards the chest, hands extended to the sky. Arms can stay up or they can float back. We're going to come forward towards our warrior three. So over here, your right hip points down, legs squeezing in towards each other, a little bend if you want in that left knee, little tuck of your tailbone to keep that pinch out. Nice long stretch here. And then we'll start to send this down, bend your left knee, right toes come down onto the mat, and we'll flow this up into our high lunge or crescent lunge. Hips are sinking down towards the mat. Your right hip flexor drags forward, left hip comes back. And then again from here, extend up through the fingertips, then bend in the elbows. Feel that chest peel open, press the elbows towards the wall behind you. Really work on lifting your chest up into the sky. You might even tip your gaze up. Nice and strong in those legs. Nice. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, come down, frame your front foot with the hands. Take your back foot, step it in just a little bit. Start to ground your back heel down, and as you do, lengthening your right leg, it could come towards, lengthening your left leg. As you do, it could come towards straight, or you could keep it bent to the knee. And then from here, inhale, lengthen, square your hips. Exhale to fold or in that pyramid pose. Nice deep breath, really stretching out the back of that left leg. Next, inhale, look back towards those left toes. Take that right leg, shift it up towards the sky, standing split. A little bit deeper on that left leg stretch. And then with an exhale, let your right foot come down to plant next to the left. We find ourselves in standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold in. Holding here, or we walk the hands over to the right side. Maybe taking a little bend in that right knee. Beautiful. Inhale to center and exhale, switch, take it over to the other side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, fold it in. Beautiful. Inhale, bend the knees, sit the hips, rise it up towards chair pose, Utkatasana. Remembering to tuck that tailbone under, a nice deep breath. From here, we'll inhale, start to rise up with that left knee, straightening out the right leg. Beautiful. Feel that engagement in the belly as you lift that thigh nice and high. And then exhale, cross the left leg over the right, plant the left foot down. Inhale, get nice and tall. And exhale, forward fold with that left leg crossed on top. With the inhale, start to lengthen back out. We'll rise up towards standing. As you reach the top, draw the left knee up, thigh towards the chest, fingers point to the sky. From here, we're going to start to lengthen out, arms in front, left leg behind, warrior three, Virabhadrasana C. Again, little tuck in that tailbone, lengthen the low back, left hip points down. Nice. And from here, we move to our high lunge. Bend that right knee, sit in the right hip. Left toes tap the mat. Keeping the hips low, rising the chest into that high lunge. This time, left hip drives forward, right hip draws back. Chest nice and broad, belly pulling in. And again, we'll bend the elbows, peel that chest open. Really work to lift that chest up into the sky. Broad with the arms, elbows, wrists, everything drawing back behind you. Next, inhale, stretch the arms to the sky. Exhale, come down, frame your front foot. Inhale, slide your left foot in a little bit. Beautiful. Plant that left heel on the exhale. Inhale, straighten that right leg as much as it feels comfortable. Hips square, chest can lift halfway. And then exhale, tuck the chin, forward fold. Coming into pyramid on that right side. Next, inhale, stretch halfway, look to those toes. Shift the weight forward, option sweep that left leg up into the sky, standing split. On the exhale, left foot comes down next to the right. Inhale, extend halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Nice. Give it a little sway, option to grab opposite elbow. Nice. Eventually, hands come down to the mat. Inhale, extend halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Optional vinyasa, plank, up dog, full knee, and downward dog. Nice. Finding a little bit more length, hopefully this time, in the back of those legs as you arrive in downward facing dog. Really trying to send the weight, the energy down the back side of those legs, from the hips sliding down the hamstrings all the way down to the ankles, pressing into the heels. Inhale, right leg comes up towards the sky, three-legged dog. And then exhale, we'll draw that right knee in towards the belly, step the foot between the hands. Spin your back heel all the way to the mat, and we'll windmill open to warrior two on that right side. Nice deep breath, feel those hips drag down towards the mat. Feel the strength in the legs. This is one of my favorite poses to really feel the strength, the steadiness of the body, how much power exists in simply being still and steady. We'll stretch that right side body. Inhale to lift the right arm, the right ribs, coming into reverse warrior. Really driving your right ribs up to the sky. Beautiful. And then inhale, straighten that right leg. You can heel toe in to shorten your stance a little bit if you need to. From here, we're going to inhale, lengthen your right leg, hips slide back behind us. And exhale to come down into triangle. Right hand to that right shin. Ribs lift up towards the sky, left ribs rotating open. And that top arm can extend out. Nice. Nice block, I love it. Even though I'm trained in quite a challenging style of yoga, I like to think it should always be fun. I come back to remind myself that life is hard, yoga doesn't need to be. And on the days we're doing some hard yoga, fires us up and helps us get through life challenges, then it serves a purpose. Meeting yourself wherever you're at. Gaze can come down if it's lifted. Option to float to half moon, bend the front knee, plant the front hand, sweep that back leg up. That left hip is opening towards the side here rather than pointing straight down like you did in our warrior 3. Stabilizing the hips. To come down, we bend the right knee, weight into that right glute. Come down, ground your left toes. Inhale, sweep the front arm, right arm up and back. Reverse that warrior. Beautiful. Exhale, windmill the hands down inside your right foot. Lift that back heel, square the hips. Hold in here. Option to drop your back knee. We're going to sink down towards the forearm, coming into that lizard pose. You can also bring the forearms to a block. Then if it feels good, adding on a twist, we're lifting up towards the palm, so taking the forearms off the mat. Left hand stays down. Inhale, right arm swings up as the right ribs rotate back. From here, right arm can stay up. Right arm could press open on that right thigh, or it could come all the way around and reach for your back foot by the pinky toe if you bend that knee. And then just reminding ourselves, none of this matters, none of it's important, unless it helps you feel good and be nice to other people. I know that sounds silly, but there's really nothing more I believe about yoga than that right there. That pretty much sums it up. On an exhale, we'll release right arm down inside that right foot. Tuck your back toes, lift the heel off the mat. Step your right foot back. Option for a vinyasa will meet in downward facing dog. Once you find downward dog, you can send that left leg right up to the sky, three-legged dog. And then exhale, left knee comes forward, foot steps down between the hands. Round your back heel, windmill up and open, warrior 2 on that left side. Again, tapping into that strength in your steadiness, in your stability. I wanna be with you. Inhale to reverse your warrior, lift the left ribs up to the sky, reach back through those left fingers. And it's an inhale, and we lengthen the left leg. You can heel toe in again, shortening the stance. Your hips are going to drive back behind you, lengthening your left leg. Exhale, left hand down. Right ribs rotate up towards the sky, right arm lifts high, triangle. Holding here or tip the gaze down. I like to tuck my top arm around the low back. Bend the knee, plant the front hand, maybe rising to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. When you're ready to come down, we bend that left knee, weight into that left glute. We start to come down, tap your right toes, and then inhale, lift that left arm up and back, reverse that warrior. Inhale here. Exhale, windmill the arms down inside that left foot. You might need to walk your left foot open to the side a little bit. Holding here, your back knee can stay lifted or down towards the mat. Eventually walking the forearms down, maybe to a block, maybe to the floor, or maybe just taking a little bend in the elbow. Nice deep breath. If you like that twist, you could press back up to the palms, coming up off the forearms. Right hand stays down. Inhale when you lift that left arm up and around. Again, option one, you could just press on that left thigh a little bit. You could leave the left arm straight back. Or from here, bend that back knee, maybe grab the pinky toe side of that foot. I love this one because it works the front hip on the left side, the back hip on the right side. It's a twist. There's so much that's happening. On an exhale, we'll come back around, plant your left hand down inside that left foot. Tuck your back toes. From here, the left leg comes back. Optional last to Vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. Nice. Now we got to release those outer hips. Beautiful. When you're ready, from here, we'll take a bend to the knees, look up to the thumbs, step or float towards a seated position. As you come into seated, a few options here. We're coming towards cow facing pose, so I'll walk us through. First one, bend the left leg. The left knee points forward. Left heel comes towards your right hip. Right foot comes around on top. It can cross all the way over if that feels good. And then left arm can hug around that right leg. It's a little bit of a twist. And as you twist, you're pressing your thigh and chest together. So this is option one. If you want to go a little further and it feels all right on your knees, you could start to stack your knees. So left knee comes up over top of the right knee and feet can come off to the sides. Super traditional here, left arm on top, you can hold. Feel like such a boss in this one. I'm like, nobody can mess with me. Or from here, you could take a little fold. Either way, wherever you are, the stretch is in that right hip. It's getting harder watching you. On that heart of yours throughout. I'm always broken in and down. Now you can stay where you are. I'm going to add on another element. If it feels good to play with it, you're more than welcome to. We often see pigeon pose in class where the front leg is bent out in front, the back leg is long. There's actually a version here for double pigeon legs. So instead of stacking the knees, you could come out to stack ankle and knee. So for the top leg, you're trying to take that top knee over the bottom ankle, top ankle over the bottom knee. You don't want to force it or press into it, so you can always slide some props underneath that knee if it's still lifted up. And then from here, taking a nice big breath, the feet and the toes are flexed. If it's feeling good, you might add a little bit of a fold and walking out. Nice. And really coming into that breath, breathing into the hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. There's a song on our playlist right now that's called Change the Whole Thing. And it says, You don't have to change the whole world. You just have to make it a little better. Kind of giving me life right now. If you're watching this on the recording, in case you're wondering, we're about 4 days out from the decision of the 2020 election, so we're all just real tired and emotional. Next, inhale, we'll rise it up. Exhale, release, and you can just switch out the legs. So we're going to come into cow facing again first. You can give your legs a little shake, and then slide the right leg on the bottom, left leg on the top. Option 1 again was to hug in towards that top thigh. Nice. Option 2 is to stack those knees. Taking cow facing pose, super traditional. Gomukhasana. Having so much fun alone. And option 3 was to add the fold. For wisdom's sake, in Ashtanga yoga, which is what I'm trained in, we actually take Gomukhasana, cow facing, with the bottom heel tucked under, pressing into like just inside our sit bone, so like your butt crack basically. And with that, then you come up with the top arm, and one elbow points high, one elbow points low. And they call it cow facing because they say it looks like the face of a cow. I think you have to get creative about that one, but that's information. That's a thing. If you want that double pigeon, it's an inhale when you rise up or come back to center, and you slide the top leg out, stacking top knee over bottom ankle, top ankle over bottom knee. And again, you can stack props in between the space between the knee and ankle. You can sit nice and tall and just hold here. I love this. Hypothetically, your shins are stacked like Lincoln logs. Is that even a thing anymore? Do you think kids still play with Lincoln logs? Natalie's like, I think I've never thought about that at yoga before. I did run into someone at a store when I was cashing out recently, and we all had masks on because pandemic. And she didn't know it was me until I slid my card, and she was like, holy crap, it's you. I was like, hi, do I know you? She was like, yeah, I love your yoga classes. I was like, great, what do you love? She's like, I love that you just talk. I was like, really, about what? She goes, nothing. You just talk about nothing. And it's funny. No one does that at yoga. I was like, I'm kind of sorry, but also it sounds like you like it. I'm just bad at not talking at yoga. Okay, my music says you should be quiet now, though. Beautiful, hips are all stretched out, a wonderful distraction. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. From here, let's take one more. Open those legs up nice and wide, the pose everybody loves to hate. You can scoop your hips out behind you. From here, I like to take the fingertips behind the hips, lift up with the chest. So this helps get your hips up over the femurs, the tops of the legs. You can point or flex your toes, up to you. And then from here, diving forward with the chest, so really walking the chest out. And then hands can come in front, keeping the chest where it is. This is perfect, beautiful, wonderful. If you can't reach out in front, that's totally fine. Stay with the hands behind, keep your chest and heart center lifted. Real nice big open chest. If you can walk the arms out, you're more than welcome to come down to your forearms. Maybe you can go deeper than this. You probably know about that. Very traditional is to reach for your big toes or the outer edges of the feet and come down with your chin onto the floor. You can let the eyes close. Just find deep breaths. Not needing to go any deeper than what feels good in your body. Checking back in. When you hear that voice that's striving, it's trying, it's working so hard, invite it to let go. No need to improve or get any better. Just showing up to yoga. Showing up in your body with your breath. You can inhale when you're ready to rise it back up. Walking the hands in nice and slow. And being gentle about it here, I like to bring hands underneath the thighs and just lift the legs in. You can let them be heavy, sliding them in slow. And then eventually, if you're not correctly oriented on your mat like I am, you can come back. From here, we'll lift the arms, lift the chest. And with an exhale, slowly start to bring it down. Really feel your low back rounding as you lower onto the mat. Head and shoulders can come down and knees come into the chest. Circling here to massage out the low back. And then sending it around in the other direction. Taking a moment to fully open the front side of the body, we'll bring the soles of the feet down to the mat. Fingertips point towards the heels. Taking a bridge pose here, Vinyasa. We'll inhale, tuck the tail, and roll the hips up towards the sky. Shoulders rolling under. You can hold here, you can play around with variation. Maybe you want to come into that full wheel pose. I was like, I know the words. It's a long day. Urdhva Vinyasa, upward bow, coming into that full wheel. You can drop your hips back down to start. And then place the hands up on either side of the head. And lifting everything but hands and feet up off the mat. Really focusing on pressing out through your chest. Staying up on the balls of the feet for a little extra room. And pressing out through that chest. And you can take as many rounds of bridge or full wheel as you would like. As you finish, drawing the knees into your chest. And then soles of the feet down to the mat. Supta Baddha Konasana. We'll take soles of feet together, knees open. Hands can rest on the floor. I like to place the hands over top of the low belly in the shape of a diamond or upside down triangle. Reconnecting with your breath. Inviting the body to start to release, relax, and letting go. And holding here for as long as you'd like, and when you're ready, letting the legs extend out into Shavasana, your final resting pose. And you can choose to close your practice right where you are in Shavasana, or as you'd like, finding your way back to a seated position. We'll draw the hands together in front of the heart like a prayer. This is Anjali Mudra. So we're recording this class live on November 11th, 11/11, which is a divine combination of numbers. It's said to be a confirmation when we see 11/11 that we are in alignment with our higher purpose, with our truth path. It is also said to be a day 11/11 of powerful manifestation. And so I invite you as we close to call on something you are wanting to manifest, to call into being, creating. To see a vision of it in your mind's eye. To feel it pulse in the body. Getting to know it. And declaring your readiness. Literally stating out loud or in your mind, I am ready for whatever it is. I am ready for. Declaring your readiness and then asking for help. To whomever you call upon, your higher self, the support people in your life, spirit guides, a higher knowing, whatever it is. Asking them to guide you, to support you in making this your reality. And so we'll close our practice here. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. It means peace, peace, peace. Thank you so much for practicing. Namaste. Awesome. Thanks everyone for joining. If you're looking for more yoga or meditation practices, you can find them on the Sauvage Wellness YouTube channel or head to sauvagewellness.com/yoga. I hope to practice with you again soon.